Day 3. Pretty sure it's going to be the last day of the classic house workout. So I'm going to play the track through and we'll go from there. Hey, how's it going, Tesla? 3689. The best headphones for mixing. No budget limit? Well, in that case, the best headphones for mixing. Well, I don't know, because I'm really, really, really happy with my Biodynamic DT 770 Pros, but they were only about $200. But they're really nice over-the-ear headphones. But Biodynamic has very nice headphones. They have ones that are higher models than the ones I have, the 770s. But you know, without a budget, I mean, you could do anything. There's a really nice pair of Sony headphones. I think they're like $1,200, and they're for like reference monitoring, just like the Biodynamics, but they're just more expensive. I don't know. Hold on, I had a Future Music. Let me get that real quick. Hold on. Let's see here. Let's see. Meh. I guess they really. Oh, they truncated the shit out of that. Okay, never mind. Well, in that case, yeah. You know, I'd Google it. I'd honestly Google it and just be like, best, studio headphones. Do studio headphones, though. Do like studio and monitoring headphones. Use those keywords in the search results, because then you'll get a better, grip on what you're actually trying to get. But seriously, check out the Biodynamic brand. Shure is pretty good. SHURE. Yeah, even check out Pioneer, maybe. JBL. I know all these people make headphones, but, I guess if you really wanted to, I guess you could go with Beats. I would never, ever. Excuse me, but you could if you wanted to. But yeah, check out the Biodynamics. I really enjoy them. Oops, looped. Hey, Tesla 3689, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. You're amazing. So what I'm going to do here, or what I'm doing now, is going to create like a white, not a white noise effect, but a bandpass noise effect that will more or less turn into white noise over time when I move this rotary up here. So, oscillator 3 mod. We'll set the minimum for 2 at 16 and 24. Make it like 95. So do a low pass. On the foe 2 minus 40, just for fun. So resonance here. We're gonna just introduce it over time. See what happens. Oh. Just a straight line to see what we're doing. To here, oops. To here. Another line. Set it at 0. 227. Can't guarantee anything. We'll see how it sounds. I'm not entirely too sure if the comb filter is the best for this at this moment. So what we can do instead, exactly, we can even do it slower. Gender. See what that does. Okay, I don't like how it's really thick on the bottom. So, gonna route it through another Thor. And we're gonna go into here. There we go. State variable. High pass filter. I could do this in the SSL, but I just want to do it with the Thor. I don't need that. Cut off like 636. So that sounds. Oh, ain't gonna work. Forgot to route it. Input 1, 2. What's up, TD? How you doing? I'm not liking the form either. We can just do a good old-fashioned low pass. See what that does. I love neurofunk. Neurofunk is dope. Like Noise's label, Invisible. They have some amazing stuff. But sometimes you need the cheese. The cheese makes all the other stuff kind of meld together. It's kind of the yin and yang, you know? Yeah, I understand what side chaining is. Are you meaning like, do I only understand what side chaining is with the in a relation to the kick, or like how side chaining works? I mean, side chain compression is one thing, you know. Side chaining. Well, I guess really that is more or less the gist of it in all reality. But yeah, what's going on? So, well, are you talking about what a compressor does when it's side chaining? So essentially, when you're using that for side chaining, um, how do I put it? Let's look here for a sec. It's just easier if I actually see what I'm talking about here. Okay, so like I'm side chaining the string here. That's synth string. Doesn't cut through enough. I kick the snare much up. The kick and snare is overpowering the bass. Most likely, in most things that I've heard, but this I don't know if this is your case. It's usually the bass line that's overpowering the bass kick because it's not being sidechained enough, and it's also probably clashing with the same fundamental frequency as the kick. So you have to EQ, do a little bit of EQ and filtering to kind of get one and the other to fit with each other. But so like for sidechain compression, essentially setting the ratio is setting how much of the signal that's inputting on the compressor will actually sidechain the signal. The threshold is also setting like how much of the signal it compresses all the way through. So if you set the threshold all the way down, it's gonna basically reduce all the gain that's incoming through that signal when the other signal hits. So like if I have my kick hit and the threshold's all the way down, you're not going to hear more or less anything when the kick hits with my bass line because it's being sidechain compressed so heavily. The attack is how long it takes to apply the compression. So if you want a super low attack, you'll start hearing clicking actually because it's so fast. So you kind of have to give it a little room. The release is how long does it last? How long does that sidechain compression last? So a lot of things. I like to have the release high because then it gives my kick more room in the mix. Sometimes I keep it smaller for smaller kicks. Like this kick isn't a very long kick. It doesn't have a long tail like the hard techno one. So I don't need to increase the release as much. But then like a compressor itself, essentially whenever a signal exceeds the threshold at which you set it at, for whatever ratio you set it at, say like 3-to-1, so for every 3 decibels above the threshold a signal goes, it will be attenuated 1 decibel above the output. It's really confusing. Compression, I had to do a lot of research to actually like grasp and understand what the hell it even means. So, but yeah, you're essentially brick wall limiting a signal when you have an infinity to 1 or when you increase the ratio. So I hope that helps. Sound on sound. If you Google sound on sound compressor explained, they can do it too. But I hope what I said kind of helps. It's really hard to explain. It's just more about applying it than anything. Hey, what's up, Rick Disson? How you doing? Yeah, absolutely. I love deep house. But I love all house music. I just love all dance music. Um, I grew up on DDR, so like I have a taste of pretty much everything. But like for this workout in general, yeah, it's more classic deep house. The last work I did was more like a hard techno type thing. So I really like more harder style stuff. I like electro, but yeah, I definitely like deep house. Oh, but in all reality, like one of my most favorites is like Jack in House. Like Jack in House is my, I love that stuff. So like check out Track Source. They have a genre called Jack in House. Track Source is like the beat port for house music. I know beat ports for like the electronic music, but like Track Source is for house music. It's amazing. Well, yeah, TDE. Try to Here's the thing. You should have a spectrum on Ableton. So throw a spectrum on the kick drum. See where its fundamental frequency's at. Throw a spectrum on your bass line. See where that fundamental frequency's at. They're probably clashing. They're probably being represented at the same frequency. So then start either high pass filtering the bass line just the taddest bit just to get it out of the way, or EQ it. Definitely guarantee you it'll help. Yeah, Rick Disson, of course, you can send me a private SoundCloud link. You can actually go to my SoundCloud and just share it there, and I'll check my SoundCloud later today. So yeah, absolutely. I can always give you tips, of course. But yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, play the fact that you play everything by yourself, like you're on your way. So yeah, please send it. SoundCloud.com/AndrewBonBosher. Link to my SoundCloud is on my website, AndrewBonBosher.com. So yeah, please send it. Yo, Rick Disson, thank you so much for the follow. I really, really appreciate it, man. You are amazing. I'll be right back. Fine. Alright, we're back. Let's see here. Alright, so I got this white noise effect. I don't think I'm gonna use it as a like an impact, like a down spiral. So I think I'm spiral. Yeah, more or less. I'm just gonna make it go up instead of down. So I'm gonna play it through. If we like what we hear, I am then going to begin compressing and mastering everything just a little bit, and then actual real mastering will commence. Hey, sorry about that. Just got disconnected. But we're back. Alright, so we're just continuing our classic house workout. upload your drop, please. And just send me a message on SoundCloud, or a Whisper, but send me a private link, and then I'll give you some feedback, and I can listen to it and see what's going on. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. TDE, right now, I'm just going to focus on this workout and trying to get this done. But after I'm done... yeah, please, send it to me, and I'll definitely take a listen. bass sound, yeah, it's a square wave from, in Reason, it's the Subtractor polyphonic synthesizer, but I'm just using it as a monophonic analog source. And yeah, it's just a deep square, pretty low filter cutoff, and I got the filter envelope a little higher so it gives it kind of that womp. It opens up a little bit over time instead of a stab. So yeah. Let's see. Done. What's this? E-bass dip. Sounds good as that is. I just don't want it to clip, but I know it's not, just in case. Perfect. Cool. So yeah, I'm gonna listen to it again here. Yeah, I at the very beginning of this workout, I pulled out my keyboard and was just trying to get some chords, and yeah, I wanted to get some minor chords because I wanted to give it kind of like, I don't want to say wonky, but wonky feel, kind of give it just kind of like that old piano feel. Just, you know what I feel like the old school sound is, but yeah, definitely. Minor chords, and then just simple progressions up and down. I think I'm literally just like moving my hand over one key, so yeah, it's so like at first I had 5 keys and it was just too much. Like the lower key that I was playing, it was just too, it just made it so muddy, even if I had the velocity low, so like I wasn't hitting it that hard. But then what I also did was I kind of move each note in the chord slightly forward, so it kind of gives it the ring. So it feels more human, I guess, because you know, as a human, you're not going to be able to press a chord at that each key at the same exact time on 0, unless you're a machine. So. Oh no, I know. Ableton's piano is, I don't know. Their instruments are there. So yeah, I kind of have that going on, but I did it with a reverse reverb effect with the chords. Where'd it go? Where did it go? Oh, here. Sorry. Duh. No, trust me, I feel you on the internet connection. Oh god, 200 kilobytes per second. Ouch. Ouch. Yeah, mine just drops for no reason. And then I have to restart the stream, and then you have to watch another goddamn commercial. It's a vicious circle right there. Especially with the ads. They're just like, nope, nope, you need to know about this now, please. But at that very same time, that's why I can do this, so. So TDE, there's a couple of ways to, well, a lot of ways I should say. I don't know why I say a couple. There's a lot of ways to make different strings. Yeah. So, I mean, you can always use like a string VST, put some reverb on it, and just make it like one sustaining string note. You can chord it if you want, like whatever sounds good works. But okay, so let's go to the string that I have here, and let's hear it real quick. I just want to hear what we're doing. Mine sounds kind of, I mean, it sounds pretty digital to me. But, so in Thor, it's just another synthesizer that Reason comes with. There's a oscillator called the multi-oscillator, and basically what it does is, depending on what algorithm you set it at here, or the detune mode, it creates what was it, 8? I think it's 8. 8 different waveforms from the original source, like on top of itself. So it creates multi-oscillations of a sawtooth wave. And this knob essentially dictates how much those saw waves detune with each other. So it'd be the same exact thing as me making an analog saw wave for like 8 different oscillators and just slightly detuning them all differently. And depending on how much I detune them, gives me different sounds. So like if I detune them a lot, I'll get that kind of trance sound. But if I don't detune them a lot and I keep it pretty low and I don't open the filter all the way, it doesn't sound too digital. So I actually have a low pass filter at about 10.8 kilohertz. Max is 21.6, I think. Yeah. And so that way it doesn't sound too bright, but it still sounds like a string. Because you have to think about, like, when you hear a string on a violin or something, like the friction of the bow on the string will create a warm feel, which means that there are higher frequencies that aren't there. So I know in Ableton it's kind of a pain in the ass, but how would I do it in Ableton? How would I do that in Ableton? That'd be a pain. Unless I had a VST. If you can just get like, if you can get a multi-oscillator algorithm from like a Serum or a Silent or something, just try it with that, but turn down the detune and make it just one sustaining note in a higher octave. So, what is this in? B4. Now if I try to chord it, if I try to chord everything, it starts to begin to sound pretty crappy. So here, I'll show you. It starts to lose its quote-unquote authentic feel. So it's really touchy. I also turn the velocity down. That way it doesn't overpower anything. I just turn down the levels in general. It's more of a supplemental sound than anything else. But yeah, try it. And worst case, you can really try to just you can just put a bunch of saws on top of each other. I don't know how that will sound though. I can't see how that would work.